It or not. We try not to
Mm-mm.
put it up.
We just see the picture of you and your beautiful wife.
Yeah, she upstairs right now. They're
What's
outside getting.
good? What's good? Welcome
Yeah,
back to another episode of Unapologetically Black. Never broken, always empowered. It's Shit Talk Saturday. So
I look,
welcome, guys.
I look swole like this. I'm not gonna go no lower because I get fat. But from here
I'm
up,
dead.
nigga, kind of
Not you look swole like this.
like this. Oh, here you go. I was looking for this. Okay. How y'all weekend going? Yeah,
It's
it's
it's been it's been a weekend. Um so yesterday our car finally died. Like
no,
died.
the one that Pops gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was on the side of the road with the boys. I just dropped Jamal off from work.
Just made it to work.
That's on the side of the road with the boys. So yeah, we're at the point where it's not really worth fixing. So
Because the engine went, and it's like we already had like to replace the tires, and I just topped the bitch off with gas, dog. Like 40
With
whole
gas,
fucking dollars gone down the drain.
Sorry, my daughter is knocking on my door trying to figure out if she
yeah, and then oh no, you're fine. And then not only that, but like, yeah, it just kind of sucks because Jesus.
My bad.
I feel you.
There's an Eiffel Tower behind me. I know you can't see it, but it exists.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty shitty. And then in general, from a mental health perspective, this is the week that like my mom passed. My mom passed on the 29th, but this is like the day we found out. So it's just I've been in a very like not happy general from a mental health perspective. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, how's your weekend going?
It's a weekend again. I guess everybody takes shit at the same time. Cause my landlord definitely decided that she was like, "Oh, hey, guess what? I want to move back in, nigga."
That's crazy.
Okay, like you couldn't wait to the end of the lease.
How long have you guys been there? Like a couple months? 3
Yeah,
months,
we got here in June, July, August, September, October. We've been here 4 months. And she's like, "Oh, I'm moving back. I want to move back into my house. You have 60 days." And so I'm like, "Nah, you can't do that. Fuck that. Google this shit." And yeah, just about every state allows it. I'm like, "Well, that's dumb as fuck. You can just move motherfuckers in and out, and when you choose to move back, you can just move back whenever you want." I'm like, "Well,
that's wild.
fuck the person that's renting it."
Right.
Because
like I gotta find another place. But see, here's the thing: we moved to a new area of Houston, right? So the kids just got in school. Right. We're in an all new area, so I have to try to find another place in this area, so that way I don't completely throw off like the kids changing school. Brittany got a job over here and stuff like that. So that way we're not completely throwing that off. And it's just like I like this area. We was cool with what we had going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you want to come in and I don't want to say fuck it up.
Just got into your routine. Like,
fuck it up. So, there's that. Other than that, I mean, today.
Yeah. I mean, I know I shouldn't be celebrating this. I quit my job and I've been so happy ever since. Like
the cookie job?
I don't.
No, he said the
I
other
love
job.
that cookie job. No, that cookie job be lit. I'm gonna tell you offline about all the like fun extra benefits that come with that cookie job. But it's like I love it. Like I love the culture, I love the people. And like this is one of those jobs where they tell you, like, yeah, you can get moved up. Like, so I started out as a supervisor and now they're about to put me in as a manager and trainer. So it's like I've been there for less than a month and like I'm already about to be promoted. So yeah, like I'm with whatever's gonna give me more money for recognizing that I'm a good employee. You want to pay me? Pay me. But yeah, I've been straight. Speaking of pay, did you hear about the Washington Commanders?
No, because they suck
So,
as a football team.
dog, they suck as an organization. Let me start with, there was a guy, right? He goes to the game. He's a season ticket holder. He gets a 50-50 raffle.
Mhm.
And in his raffle, they give him a check. So he has to wait. He's waiting. He finally gets the check. The check bounces. So he owed 13.
How much was it for?
I think it was like 3 stacks or something like that. Like it was enough that his bank charged him $13 to like 13 or 15 bucks, like, because it was a bounce check. Yeah. And it's like, dog, that has to sit on my record. And now I have to call you as a season ticket holder and ask you, like, what's going on with my money, bro? Like, like, what's up?
That's funny.
But you know, he should have known something was up, because the owners want to kick Dan Snyder, the owner of the Washington Commanders.
But it don't matter what professional team. You could be the owner of the fucking Sparks and have more than $3,000. Like, come on,
facts.
You have more.
When you're going through some shit, you're going through some shit. Like, I know that the Supreme
There's no
Court.
way you have a multi-million-dollar quarterback that you're paying. You have $3,000.
They didn't pay that man the 3 stacks.
You said
that check bounced.
The Supreme Court subpoenaed him?
Yeah, so they subpoenaed Dan Snyder to come in for allegations of, like, wrongdoings in his office, racial allegations. Like,
oh yeah, probably.
Dude's been on a tear. So now the owners are trying to, pull a Robert Sarver on him and see if they can put the pressure on him. Except they are actually, like, talking about it. And you have owners of different teams that are coming out saying, this isn't the culture that we have. This isn't what we do. But he's saying, this is a mafia. If I go down, y'all all going down.
Yeah. He hired private investigators to follow all the other owners around, and now he has dirt on everybody, or he's saying he is.
So, I mean, it's nothing new. The NFL is the same where the Texans owner who said we can't have the inmates running the asylum. And he literally called NFL players inmates. So,
did you hear about Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones is a multi-billionaire that you can't do shit about. We know that they're all racist. There's 32 teams. There's 32 white owners.
That's insane that both owners of rival teams are both making the news, because he is being called out for sexually assaulting employees and other females in front of Cowboys players in, like, office.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that he should do it, or that it's, that he shouldn't be called out as anyone else. But I mean, at the end of the day, nothing's going to come out of this shit. It's Jerry Jones. Like, nothing's coming out of this shit. He pays NFL people. Pretty sure he pays judges. He pays cops. He has city councilmen. Like, the motherfucker probably runs Dallas. Not even going to argue. Between him and Mark Cuban, like, the motherfucker probably run Dallas. Like, I wouldn't put it past them to actually to put it past them. You know what I'm saying? When Democrats and Republicans need money and they need people to support their cause, you don't think they calling Jerry Jones? The Cowboys ain't the only business that he runs. Motherfucker, I think was it gas and oil industry before he bought the Cowboys?
He had to done something to afford it.
That building is his. It's not a city building. Like the Staples Center, that's LA. Like, that's LA's building.
Right.
No, that's his building. The building itself makes this man a fucking billionaire. Like,
imagine saying, nah, dog, the state owns your shit. I own my shit. Like, that's some boss level shit. That's some you can't get rid of me type shit.
They can't. When the owner makes more money than the governor, it doesn't, like, what the fuck is the governor going to tell him? Nothing. He's going to say, my bad.
Did you hear?
Hey, elections coming up. Yeah, that's, you know what I'm saying? We need some funds to do our campaign. How much you need? 2.5 million? I'm Jerry Jones. I wipe my ass for 2.5 million. I pay my quarterback 240 million. Fuck out of here.
Not facts. Because, like,
and that's just my quarterback. I still got 52 other people on the team plus staff that I pay.
Huh?
But yeah, so segueing into other people who are being canceled. Kanye did his Drink Champs interview,
which Nori apologized for and took down. Let's start.
He took it down within 24 hours of it being posted.
I'm not gonna lie. I've run out of things to defend Kanye with. I'm just like,
there's honestly literally no defense.
Bro's about to be sued for $250,000 of his worth.
Yeah, he's sued for $250,000. Kanye is a fucking billionaire.
No, not $250,000.
Mm-mm.
$250 million. They're suing for $250 million or $50 million.
$250 million. Kanye is a billionaire. They don't give a fuck about $250 million.
That's a lot of money, dog.
To us,
I mean, it's $250 million. So I don't know what is Kanye's worth.
$250 million sets your family for a generation.
Yeah, we know this.
So Ye is worth $2 billion. So that's an eighth of what he's worth, though. And we've talked a lot on the podcast about your assets.
We've also talked about how cash in your account is not equated to your net worth. Net worth is your assets. He might have way more money in an actual bank account than what his net worth is.
True.
That's typically what happens, is that people, they have a lot of assets and they have way more money in their accounts. Kanye has
so that's neither here nor there. That's still an eighth of his net worth, right?
Yeah.
And
that's a lot of money, bro.
George Floyd's family has every right to do that, because that was absolutely disgusting for you to say that.
Just because your feelings are hurt don't mean that you're worth $250 million.
It's not about your feelings being hurt.
Your feelings being hurt. It's about a lie that you're saying.
You're perpetuating a lie. That's like defamation of character.
That's your feeling, which is your feelings being hurt. Your feelings are hurt.
But it's a lawsuit. Defamation of character can still get you
lied on my dad, who died on camera.
On camera, like, we all saw it.
I'm not saying that he was right for saying what he said. I said that you're just suing because your feelings are hurt.
So okay, but it's still a legitimate lawsuit.
But now
it's not like it's going to get
where do you get the number 250 million from?
I don't know.
He didn't cost 250 million in damages. So did you just make up a number and say, yeah, we want to sue for 250 million? Why not go for 500 million?
First of all, that falls on their lawyer.
On the state jurisdiction.
That falls on their lawyer, because they're the ones that would put that in. But that's and that's up to them to argue. But all I'm saying is, how fucking disgusting. And now, the palm colored people are canceling him, right? So the people that you're saying all these fucking statements.
Your palm dark as shit, boy. Okay, there we go. We're gonna
my
use
palm.
Yeah,
we're gonna use Brittany's palm.
My palm looked like a black person. Palm looked like a light skinned person.
Nah, it looked like a dark skinned person. Your palm the same color as me, nigga.
He's being canceled by what? Balenciaga and Versace.
All the people that Kanye didn't want to work with anyway.
I mean, but nobody wants to work with him.
So
they're trying to get him blacklisted.
This is my thing though, right? Is we're gonna say, like, when we do stuff like cancel people, for somebody like Kanye, he didn't want to work with these people any fucking way, and people are still gonna buy his shit with his own name on it. So like with him and Adidas, and when Sway was like, "Oh, you don't like, you can just go out and just make the shit yourself and sell it yourself. You're Kanye."
Right.
That's what he's gonna do. And people who don't give a fuck about anything are still going to go buy Yeezys, because Yeezys are a top fashion brand, regardless of who fucking makes it. Yeezys are a top fashion brand. That's not
always there's always going to be people who buy into things regardless of the politics behind it, right?
Yeah, he'll never be canceled. Yeezy's too big of a name,
but he will definitely see a decrease.
Yeah, he's gonna feel this in his pocket.
He is. Yeah. I think he is, honestly, because there's going to be people who don't give a fuck, but then there's going to be people who really do give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't listen to
that may have previously purchased but won't purchase from here on out. Like there is still that demographic
because his name is synonymous with more than just music, but with fashion in itself.
Yeah, but he's pissed off a lot of people. Like it's not just black people anymore.
I know, but what I'm saying is the Yeezy brand is so big, it's not going. It's not going to hurt it.
The fashion industry is also canceling him. It's not just, you know what I mean, like. So these fashion weeks,
people like Balenciaga, they weren't doing his stuff anyway. But other fashion brands that are doing it, they can't afford to not do it because he's a big part of their fashion identity. So they can't afford not to. That's what I'm saying. Canceling big moguls like them is hard as fuck. That's like if we find out that I'm not saying that he did it or that Michael Jordan has done anything like this, but say we find out that Jordan has done some foul shit. You think the Jordan brand is gonna take a hit? No.
Nah, Jordan's carrying Nike on his back.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Exactly, nigga. He's carrying Nike on his fucking back. Yeezy's doing that with fashion. He's carrying fashion on his fucking back.
I bought Brittany some Giannis.
I wanted to say he's carrying fashion on his back, but he is a big name.
He's carrying fashion on his back. Now we make fun of Yeezy for the shit that he got on.
Very big wave in fashion.
Yeah, he made a very big wave. I'm not going to say he hasn't had an impact, but I wouldn't wear any fashion on his back.
Motherfuckers that wear
for me. It's not.
It's not for us regular people. Like I think Kanye's fashion.
It wouldn't be for me if I had money. It's not for me. I'm still who I am.
I feel like you can't say that because you don't have money. So we don't know. Money make motherfuckers buy some shit that they never thought they would have bought.
No,
I'm telling you, money make motherfucker be like they buy some shit. Mike Tyson never thought he would have bought himself a fucking tiger. He's like, but money made that nigga buy him a tiger.
But I can tell you that I probably would buy like a Siberian tiger or some shit because I know who I am. But I'm gonna tell you that I would never wear Yeezys. That's
but I
just
think
me.
Rich got this one because Rich was the same one wandering around BlurCon saying, "I want that. I want that." He bought a mask while he had a mask and left the mask the next day. He had that mask for less than 24 hours. Thought, "I want that." And he's never even thought about it because now
the other mask is too small though.
Yeah, I think we recently threw that mask away.
Yeah, so.
It came back home with that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just saying, money make motherfuckers do shit that they never thought they would have done, just because I've never had $2.5 million. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with $2 million. I can assume all day long, and the first thing I might buy is a goddamn McLaren. I don't even like McLarens. I'm gonna buy one.
Right. No, you're right. Because I might walk past.
You know, you have to learn how to drive a Ferrari.
I want one of those.
You have to learn how to drive a Ferrari. You can't just go buy one. And if you buy Ferrari, you can't buy Lamborghini, or they take you off like the fucking list for fucking Ferrari.
That's hilarious.
Exactly.
That rivalry run that deep. Huh?
All I'm trying to say is I wouldn't wear Yeezys, but that's neither here nor there. So did you hear about the janitor at the medical facility? I don't even know what state this was in. What state was it in?
I can't remember.
Oh, Michelle said anyways, so we ignored her. Hello,
he was
Michelle.
Caught. I said something in the I said good evening.
Oh,
I didn't say it, but
oh, you wanted to speak to your fan?
Yeah,
she's
we got to speak to our fans.
We love you, Michelle. So he was caught on camera putting his dick into someone's water bottle, one of the employees' water bottles. So basically, the full story is she had noticed a foul smell, kind of smelled like urine. This is a medical office, by the way. Smelled like urine in the break room water jug where she was getting her water. So she started bringing her own water bottles, and she was talking to some of the other employees about how, the water seemed a little off, and they were like, yeah, I thought so too. So she set a camera up in her office. So the janitor apparently went into her office and put his dick into her water bottle. Like, we're going to get into the fact that I don't understand how it fits into a water bottle, but that's neither here nor there. He put it into her water bottle. Like, I don't know if he was just rinsing or whatever, but he has an STD, and we're gonna say it's herpes. And he has passed herpes on to this woman, and who knows how many other people.
Not just this woman. So, like, she had to at some point come home
to her husband with herpes
and let him
figure
know
out
that
why
I have herpes.
How did we backtrack? Like, how were they able to backtrack all of that? Because this sounds, if I'm a husband, you can't come home and tell me that story, and I find it.
They tested it. She turned her water. I mean, they're in a medical facility, right? So she gave them her water bottle after she smelled it, and it smelled off. And she saw him on camera doing shit. They tested it. They found urine in it. They did an analysis. They found that he's herpes positive. I don't know what
he got the herp.
I don't know, but he has positive. Stop, not the usher.
Watch this.
Oh my god. But yeah, so that he has herpes, and he has passed it on to her and who knows how many other people. But yeah, this man was just up here putting his dick in water
bottles.
So, yeah, which is probably the most action it's gotten if it can fit in a water bottle. I'm not gonna hold you. That's needle thin.
Okay, so this one's gonna be for you, Jamal. How do you feel about what Tom Brady said about comparing the NFL season to being in the military? As a man that's done how many tours? 1, 2?
1.
As a man that's toured Afghanistan, done everything in his military life, how do you feel about what Tom Brady said?
So I feel like it's bullshit because, like, you get time to take care of your body in like these top grade medical facilities. You get bussed around, like you do your work 1 week, like one game at a time. You aren't out there 16 hours a day, every single day, putting your life on the line. Like, it's a tough job, but if you decide to walk in the locker room and quit, you could retire that game. I can't walk out in the military and be like, all right, dog.
This is my last day.
I have retired right now. Nah, that shit don't work like that. Like, you going to jail, pimpin'? Like, we got some charges we got to talk about.
Here's where I differ, right? I understand that from a perspective of people who actually do that, whose job actually requires them to do something 16, 18 plus hours, patrols and stuff like that 24/7. But let's be realistic. 90% of the military job is not that.
No.
90% of these motherfuckers never deployed.
But if you're not in the military, you don't know that.
Dog.
Like, that's why I asked the military man,
right,
how he felt about it.
Absolutely
not. Only that, let's be honest though, deployments are 6 months, 7 months, and then you go back, and then you do what? Because you don't do another deployment for another year and a half.
Right.
2 years. You'll do 7 months, and then you won't do another deployment for another year and a half, 2 years. If we are at war, if we're not, then you're not going. You're doing workups and training.
So yeah, right.
So, however, is your job really that hard? To be fair, is your job really that complicated? No.
That depends on what your job is. Because if you ask the infantryman who only has to do training every day, it's not that hard. But if you ask the person whose job it is to go out and do scuba diving, if you ask the person whose job it is to actually be out there in the kitchen every day and they have to wake up to do the 6 a.m. shift and to close down at night, that's a hard day. If you ask the people that actually
his job is no different than the person who works in a restaurant who has to come into work, open and close as a civilian.
It is though, because their job is more difficult because they are asked to go out into different situations that you won't ask a McDonald's worker to go into. You won't order a McDonald's worker to go into war, but you order that soldier to go into war.
I feel like we use
this a lot more
war so
that soldier,
or so loosely. I feel like we use that term so loosely.
So okay, so that soldier can go on deployment and be deployed anywhere in the world and be far away from their family, but that McDonald's worker gets to go back to their family every day.
Okay, I can agree to that.
Like the stress that you have to go through in order to train, to whether you go through, I don't know how long the Marines the Marines boot camp is, but it's like usually 7 to 8 weeks. That 7 to 8 weeks where you're like
13, my boy.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
In my like experience, in my like 9.5, I think it was like 9-10 weeks. Like you don't get to talk to your family. You don't really get to do much, but just write letters. Like dog, it sucked, and you embrace that suck. They break you down. They make you into a team player. You are not an individual, and they tell you you are not special. But they don't tell Tom Brady that. A guy fell in front of him.
Like they don't tell him that because you see it in statistics of how many people actually make it to the NFL. Now, it is way harder to make it to the NFL as it is to join the military. Drastically harder.
Absolutely.
Then not only is it making it into the NFL that's hard, being a top elite where Tom Brady is even harder. So I don't want to put a caveat. Be like, oh, Tom Brady, he just throws a football. Like, no, there's way more that goes into his craft other than just throwing a football.
But it's not just Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady and his team. It's Tom Brady and the coaches. He is one person. Like that one individual was saying, what I do is as hard as going into the military. It is not, because what you do does not put your life in constant danger. Going out there into the football field, you might die, but that is a choice that you make, and you make way more money than they ever see in the military.
I mean, wouldn't you argue the same for military? You made the choice to join. You made the choice to join. You made the choice.
But the contract level is way different. The contract level and the contract.
But that's not Tom Brady's fault that people choose to support the NFL versus choose to support the military. One is for entertainment.
When you have to compare, you got to compare a whole. When I compare my work to your work, you have to compare my worth to your worth. If you do the same,
because one would argue that he's worth more than a cook in the military. He's worth more because of what his body of work is worth more.
But would he be worth more than intelligence in the military?
Intelligence is you're talking about an intelligence unit. If you're talking about intelligence individual, he's probably worth more than an individual. Just like an individual in the platoon won't get it. There's no one individual in the platoon. You have squads. You have platoons. You even have assault squads. You have your 4-man team. So
what you say about Tom Brady is, I can't say for what you do in the military, you wouldn't be better than a professional athlete, and I can't say a professional athlete will be better than a military. Like I can't. Because what they do isn't comparable. You work out and you play the game. When you're done playing the game, you've done a great job, but you aren't seen in the same light that we are. We only get seen great once a month. Once a year, 1 day a month. That's it. Any other time, you don't care about a veteran. You just look at it like, ew, who's that homeless dude sleeping outside? That's how you see veterans. If you really cared about veterans the same way we cared about Tom Brady, if you really want to compare the two, Tom Brady is left on this like pedestal while your vets are left down here. There should not be this many homeless vets. There should not be this many struggling vets. There should not be this many people. And you can compare these things. It's not the same. Like when he retires, he has an analyst job. When a military person retires, you don't always have that same job. You have the ability to go get a job in your chosen field, but you don't have a $3 million contract waiting for you the day you get out.
No, you don't. And that's Tom Brady at an elite level. And if you take an elite level Tom Brady and an elite level military person, they both do. That elite, that Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, that elite general that's getting out, he has a job waiting on him. CIA. FBI, whatever intelligence program,
whatever that contract he signed, I promise it won't be worth $3 million.
It might not be worth $3 million, but it's not a small number either. He's not making $30,000 a year.
Right.
He's comfortable.
He's definitely making $6 million.
That general is definitely making 120, almost 200, maybe $200,000 a year.
Like
that's as a general.
That is
and when
great.
he gets out and becomes
and
an intelligence agent,
shit on any military man. This is just me saying, like, from my personal perspective, from what you have to do, it is a different level, because when Tom Brady is done, he gets to go hire the best massage therapists. He gets to hire the best doctors. He gets to hire the best of the best. Mm-hmm. I remember being told, go change your socks and drink some water. You could walk off whatever's wrong with you. Like, it is not the same level of care and treatment.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. But then the fault lies in those that don't support the VA, or those that don't put money into the VA, because we're not an entertainment field.
All right, folks, you heard it here. Support your local VA. Speaking of support, dog, did you hear about the president and him not getting
they canceled that shit real fast. They seen all them people put in them applications. They stopped that shit ASAP. They're like, hell no.
Right. They put a temporary pause. We'll see how long that temporary pause lasts.
Yeah, for like another 10 years.
It's about to last the rest of this term.
It's gonna last the rest of his term, and then they're gonna say, Biden, you too old to run again. And when the next president come in, he gonna be a Republican, and they're gonna be like, oh nah, hell no, we ain't doing that. Turn that shit over, cuz. And boom, there go your goddamn student loans. And then Biden gonna be like, well, I tried. My question is, where's Kamala? What auntie at? We keep talking about Uncle Joe. Where the fuck auntie at?
Oh, her birthday just came up. Did you know
I don't give a fuck about her birthday? Where's the shit she promised us?
Facts.
Fuck her birthday.
I just want you to know, I didn't believe in any of her promises. My mama told me to vote for her, and I did.
Wow.
That's what happened.
Just because your mama said vote for her.
My mama. But yeah.
First of all, Brittany's mama told me I should get married to her on a certain day, and I did.
That's different.
The same thing. Same mama.
He just followed her blindly, and then the irony of that, because she was blind.
Oh, wow.
She didn't see it coming, though.
Y'all are rude.
Me? Let me turn my camera off and tell you this joke, then.
Not turn your camera off.
Yep. Through a curveball.
Let me select you up behind 16.
I'm not spitting shit, so y'all gonna be waiting.
He's unapologetically black.
You know what? And we said we were gonna say something about that. Like, we are unapologetically ourselves always. So we try to be as professional as possible. But it doesn't always work.
Here's my thing, right? I hate that people use this word so fucking much. Be professional. First off, the word professionalism is based on the root word profession, which means whatever fucking job I'm doing is how I behave towards that goddamn job. You do not ask a cook to behave in the same fucking manner that you ask an entertainment person. Why? Because their jobs are two different fucking things. My job is to entertain motherfuckers and do what the fuck I feel like doing. That's my professionalism, bitches. And if I laugh, then motherfucker, I laugh. You don't like it, go watch niggas that are apologetically black. Them niggas
He said, wait, go watch niggas that are apologetically black.
Go watch them niggas, because they'll apologize. I'm not apologizing for being me and laughing in my profession. My profession is to do this. Just like comedians, their job is to make fun of people and make you laugh. You don't tell them niggas to be politically correct. Why? Because it wouldn't fit with their job.
I don't know. I feel like I tell Mike to be politically correct.
And they're going to tell you, all comedians will tell you to go fuck off. They're not doing it.
That's true. All good comedians.
It interferes with their job.
That's real.
He might chase that man out on me.
Because y'all don't make police officers be professional. Y'all let police officers do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of police officers, remember the guy, the one that was sitting in the McDonald's, just the kid who was eating this McDonald's, just silently cooling.
We actually didn't talk about that.
Came and shot at him.
Oh yeah, he as soon as he opened his door, the kid grabbed his hamburger and he started shooting at him, and like, because he said the kid tried to reverse on him or whatever and tried to hit him with his car, so he shot at it. Yeah, nah, he should go to jail. 1,000%.
So he is going to jail. Well, he is having assault charges filed against him, and he is currently
assault. Isn't the kid like
But
still?
see,
the kid
here's
is in
my
life
thing.
support.
Yeah, like he's in critical condition.
The kid's in critical condition,
Yeah.
facing life support.
But this is
And
how
the
I know that
cops
they don't
said
hold
that he
officers
heard
to the same standard,
shots,
though.
and you can see from the body.
Yeah. Oh, I think y'all computer's messing up. Oh, there you go. Here's the thing, though. They're only charging him with assault, not attempted murder. If it was
should have been
me
attempted.
shooting at a cop, I'm getting attempted murder.
Attempted murder.
They giving this man assault. Nigga, that's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, assault
You
is
slap on the wrist,
gross. And you know
sat
what?
at a desk for fucking 3 days, and that's it.
I hate to say this, but I'm glad that he's white. I'm glad that he's white and that this can hit that community the same way it hits us every single fucking time.
Because
so that you can see firsthand that cops are not being treated, or police, they're not being treated the same way.
Like when you do some wrong shit, you should be taken into justice for the wrong shit that you do.
And I'm not saying I'm glad that it happened. I just want to say that out loud. I'm not saying I'm glad that it happened. I'm just glad that this is hitting a different community so that you guys can see what we've been saying all along.
Absolutely. Because in the military, you have MPs to police the military. Like, you do that shit in house. I don't give a fuck how you take care of it, but it's done.
You take
Some
care
shit
of it.
happens. I've seen it. Like, I've seen someone crash a car. MPs pull up and they like, what's going on? Like, I was walking back from the gas station one night at Fort Bliss, and the MP stopped me like, you lost? You good? And I'm like,
yeah. So here's my thing, though. They're actually held responsible and accountable for shit. If an MP fucks something up, like, they're actually held accountable for their shit. And a lot of them don't want to lose because it's more than just becoming a cop. Like, getting kicked out of the military.
Losing your clearance. It's
losing clearance. Getting kicked out of the military in general can fuck you up.
Right.
But, so that I think they have more
to lose.
They have more at stake,
right,
than a cop who's just fired, who's going to be hired by another
somewhere else. Go to the next county.
Another fucking
like, once you're a cop, then you just bounce around in the system, and it's like, oh, I was a cop here, so now I could be a security guard here.
But then I moved here. Like, I mean, you know,
and it's like, yo, like, you shouldn't be able to just like come up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get more money here. Or I'm gonna go private security and I'm gonna make more money than I did being a cop because now I got the credentials and I got the time in.
Plus, like, I think if they did that, where if they took their peace officer certification, you'd see a lot more people behave, right? Mm-hmm. Because if it's not just you losing your job, you lost your entire certification. Now you're banned from actually going to get your certification again. Now you're not a peace officer anymore.
I mean, it's the same way they treat doctors. It's the same way they treat nurses. They take away your ability.
They'll take away their license.
Yeah, lawyers will get fucked up. And they'll be like, nah, you can no longer practice law for this amount of time.
But they don't do that with police.
But you don't know that the police officers tell them that they can no longer be.
None of those people. Okay, I'm not going to say none because there are doctors who like kill people deliberately. However, like, none of those people are walking around the streets with a gun and dealing with citizens one-on-one. You know what I mean? Like, lawyers exist so that they're a service to people. Doctors are a service to people. Are there crooked lawyers? Are there crooked doctors? Absolutely. But cops walk around with a gun every day.
On their shoulders.
And right.
Like, you could piss me off. You could run me off as a civilian. So now I come back and I know where you at.
I mean, like, that's literally what happened to George Floyd.
Yeah.
Like, the cop that killed him knew him from when they worked in the club together. So it's like you walk around with this chip on your shoulder, but you also have this superiority, like,
complex about yourself.
Complex, and you feel like you're above the law. Like, and that just shouldn't be the case because every other field, for the most part, has checks and balances, and there just aren't checks and balances.
Yeah, like, you know what it's like in the military. You know, the second you step out of line, they stepping right on your ass. They like,
not only are there not checks and balances, but there's the union to protect you from being checked. And it's like, nah, bruh. Like,
that shouldn't be a thing where like you can protect the bad guy.
Yeah,
Because,
no,
like,
you absolutely cannot. You cannot.
yeah,
Your union benefits expire the moment you kill somebody.
like,
Now let's figure out what's going to happen with you, and then we'll talk about you being back a part of this or not. But
absolutely, fuck Thanos, fuck Killmonger, fuck any villain that you've ever seen in a movie. The cops are the worst villain that you will ever see in a movie, hands down. I promise you, because it's the most realistic one. Like, it's the one that hits closest to home that could actually, like, take you out. Like, I'm not scared of a giant purple alien, but I'm scared of the cop that could come and kick in my door and take me out from being in my home legally, or driving my car or anything else.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that. And we can go on. I mean, that's an episode, right? Like, we can go on that for a while. But I do want to kind of talk a little bit about 50 Cent and
25 Cent.
Why?
And his son.
Why?
Not 25 Cent.
Why? 50 Cent is a troll. We know this. Why?
No, absolutely. He is a troll.
Well, like, a quarter a moment.
So, you know, his son has been recently kind of talking about their relationship and his dad not being there, et cetera, et cetera. And 50's also been very kind of vocal about his relationship with this particular child.
So I'm pretty sure this.
I want to point out he's not a child. He's a grown man,
but he's his child. Like,
his
that's
child,
all.
But he's not a grown man.
He is a grown man.
Absolutely.
You can't be a grown man crying about child support and you hung out with the nigga, like, you taking pictures with the nigga's son and the nigga who
the one that shot at your father,
the one who almost took me out. Like, from
you shouldn't be a grown man crying about child support at all.
No. You got 65. Your mama got 6,500 after coming up on $500,000 a year. Your mama,
you 25, 26. Child support.
If you mad, be mad at your mama. Don't be mad at me.
Be mad at yourself because you're 26 and you need child support.
You 26 and you crying to the internet about how you need child support, and the internet's telling you, bruh,
you're on your own.
You grown, like
you grown, bro.
You know, it's nice if your celebrity parent is, you know, gives you the world, but it's not. They don't
obligated. They're not obligated.
They're absolutely not.
Here's my thing, right? People forget, or a lot of children forget, that their parents are people as well, right? Like, they have emotion too. They have feelings,
and they're going through some shit.
They go through things too. But this respect thing is a two-way street, my boy. Like,
especially in adulthood,
you don't get to, like, my son don't get to mouth off, be disrespect, and do all this other stuff. And I just be like, oh, it's okay. You're my son. I'm still gonna do this. Fuck no. Especially as you get older. No,
that nigga.
Real fucking quick. Like, no. What you're gonna learn is that if you want this relationship to continue, there are boundaries that need to be met. But the same way children don't want to deal with parents, some parents don't want to deal with children. You weren't always the easiest child to deal with, my boy.
Right.
Nah, facts. So, and, like,
it goes
it's
both
not
ways.
Always easy. Yeah, because, like, here's the thing, and, like, this is where we probably gonna have to end off on this. He bought the mama a house. So he gave her a house. He was giving her $500,000 a year, and it was just you. Bro, I'm not understanding what your issue is and how your issue is not with your mama. Because, like, anything else, you're a grown man and you can go to therapy now. Like, they made that free through Medicaid. You ain't even gonna use your daddy's money. You could literally go get the help that you need free.
Absolutely.
And you choose not to. Instead, you choose to take out the camera and be mad at a man that's not answering you. So now he has to come online. He has to answer you. And when he answers you, you're still not happy. You're saying you want to speak to your father, and your father's like, dog, you posing with the dude that shot me.
I mean, and
like,
let's keep it a stack.
And there's disrespect.
I have, you know, one of my friends, well, Roxanne, she's been on the podcast. Shout out to her with, anyways. So she, with her spliff line, sorry, but she had gone online to talk about how fathers need to be fathers regardless of the situation, et cetera, et cetera. But, like, humans are going to be who they are. And we all know that 50 Cent is a petty motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, that's just who he is.
You
That's
talking about
one of
50
the
Cent
best.
that put out the tickets at the Ja Rule concert?
Exactly, all of them, all the front row, anything that he'd be
one
able
of the
to
best.
see.
Yep.
Just
At his job. One of the
yeah,
best.
he is an extremely. He goes by a rapper, although he is in production. He is in this. He is in that. He goes by a rapper because he can say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and do what he wants to do, and be referred to as a rapper and not as something more prestigious than.
Because you look at Diddy a certain way because they call Diddy a mogul. So when you think of Diddy, you don't think a rapper. But when you think of rappers, you just think he wildin'.
Right.
That nigga all on some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't think and go, oh man, you know what? That 50 Cent, that producing, that writing, that stars creator right there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had fucking vitamin water.
And I don't even disagree with the lady that says, oh, well, you should always, forever and always be the parent because your kids didn't ask to come in this world. I didn't ask to come in this motherfucker either. Here we are.
And in a lot of cases, I didn't necessarily ask for you to be here, but here we are.
Yeah.
So at the end of the motherfucking day, pimp, we got to deal with the cards that we were handed. You didn't ask to be here. I didn't ask for you to be here. I didn't ask to be here. My mama didn't ask for me to be here. And shit rolls downhill, pimp.
And these are the generational curses of the Black community.
that all of us are angry and confused. How the fuck did this happen?
So
there's nobody here to help us. We're just here.
I'm just here.
Struggling millennials.
But I know y'all gotta go. I know Jamal has to get to work.
Absolutely. I do want to say that I'm thinking Thanksgiving might be canceled. Eggs at $6-7 a dozen.
No,
there's a butter shortage.
And it's
how is there a butter shortage? It's easy to make.
Well, because clearly it's not just butter, it's all dairy products. Milk is about to be it's any, I guess they're running low on cows, or cows aren't producing as fast as we're consuming.
So you know how they said that the carbon footprint is a lot of cows. So now we don't have as many cows because they're saying, oh, we gotta reduce carbon, like, but everybody loves a steak. Everybody loves some ground beef.
Yeah.
Everybody loves some milk. Like, I can't imagine
yogurt,
some
cheese, like mac and cheese.
Do with my cereal now?
Everything I just said goes.
They say you're supposed to drink almond milk anyway.
How am I supposed to put almond milk in my crunch berries?
But
I cannot put almond milk in my mac and
cheese.
The
issue is that you can't cook with almond milk. It doesn't have the same. It doesn't give to the dish the way it needs to.
I need heavy cream for some Alfredo.
Nasty as fuck.
Right.
Yeah. You can't do heavy almond milk for Alfredo sauce. Exactly. It just doesn't work the same way.
Nah, bro, that's nasty. I wouldn't eat your dish ever again.
I'd be disappointed. Like, you put
unsweetened almond milk. Exactly. It don't hit the same. So we'll see. Inflation's a motherfucker. We're probably heading into the next depression. We'll see what happens. Recession but depression. It's all about to hit. You can feel it. The way gas prices look, the way grocery prices look, the way
I'm so used to gas prices now that it's like, all right, that's
how much is gas in Texas?
It was $3.84.
Okay, so that's about where we are. I mean, so we look for anything $3.60 in the 60s if you can. But your average is going to be around $3.75, $3.80. Yeah. If you go into the city, you're definitely looking at $4, like into DC. But yeah.
A 10-minute Uber is $15.
Like shit, everything's getting expensive and jobs ain't paying more because people aren't trying to work.
Houston's too big. Like I can't take like a Uber's gonna be dumb expensive.
Right.
We can't do scooters. Like shit, I'm gonna get down the street.
You did when you were here.
Yeah, like it's gonna be dead by the time I make it down the street.
Nah, so, I feel that. Yeah,
you can't do that. So
it's tough. It's definitely tough, but what else? So Tuesday. We will be going live. If you guys have not already filled out the Survey Monkey that we have on our page, I'll repost it so that you guys can see it. But fill out the Survey Monkey. Give us your top 5 Black sitcoms On Tuesday, we will be going live. Brad will go through.
Shout out to Brad in Chicago.
Yep,
at a wedding.
Brad's at a wedding in Chicago, so we hope you're safe and having fun.
Yep. Ducking and dodging while you out there too, man.
I told you he was gonna say some ignorant shit.
Always
duck and dive while you out there. In Chicago, man, you never know. Make sure you get back here safe.
Anywho, Brad's gonna go through all of your responses. He's gonna kind of figure out what our loving family, UNAB family, come up with.
Apparently, Boondocks and Insecure don't count. Just for the record,
Yeah,
those were both on my list. Not gonna say which one, but like
it's not a sitcom.
Boondocks.
It's not a sitcom.
It's animated.
It's a situational comedy.
It's animated.
But is it not an animated situational comedy?
That's not a category, motherfucker. It
comes up when you type
the animated.
It doesn't say animated.
In this case,
like the PJs don't count.
It should.
They don't because they're animated.
Anywho,
Claymated or whatever.
Please hop on there, fill out your top 5. So and then tune in live on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m.
Where your top 5 will get mixed in with my top 5 because my top 5 winning.
And we gonna debate it out. We're gonna figure out what the top 10 are.
Ain't no debate. I won this.
And this episode, like every other episode, is brought to you by RDI Financial. Can't help broke people being broke.
Gang.
Right. So make sure you guys hit up RDI-Financial for all of your credit and financial needs. And until Tuesday. Oh, wait. You guys can find us on all social media. Make sure you like and follow us everywhere there. You can listen to this episode and every other episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Google Podcasts. YouTube doesn't have all of our episodes, but please get up on there and like and follow and subscribe there.
Just do a little bit of those.
Check us out.
Exactly. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay unapologetically black. Have a good night.
Peace.